Hey guys, so for today's assignments, you have two assignments that are graded and then a podcast that you can listen to. So they're all linked on the class homepage. The Unit 5 podcast is under Wednesday, and then Thursday has the Unit 5 discussion number 1, and then today is the Unit 5 critical thinking questions. So you should need to make sure that you turn in the discussion and the critical thinking questions by 4 p.m. today. That's the due date. If you turn it in after that, that's fine, but it'll just show up as late, which isn't the end of the world. I just want to make sure we're getting them done. So I'm going to go ahead and open up all three. So the Unit 5 podcast is just directly through Canvas. So it's something that you can and should listen to. It'll count towards your daily attendance, and you don't need to log it in the offline tracker because it's directly within Canvas. So whenever you want to, you can go ahead and listen to it. And then the Unit 5 discussion number 1. So this is, what is the best environment for you to study in? What kind of features does it have? Explain your answer. So it really just depends on your personal preference. So maybe you like to study in your room. Maybe you like to study like in the kitchen on the dining room table. Maybe you like it completely quiet. Maybe you like having music. Those are the kind of things that you're going to share here. Maybe you like certain lighting, stuff like that. So once you're ready to share, you'll go ahead and click reply, and then type in your response here. Be as thorough as you would like, but just give a few different kind of ways of describing your ideal study environment. Maybe you don't even like to study at home. Maybe you like to go to the library, something like that. All that information would be good to put here. And then once you finish, go ahead and click post reply. And then that's it. You don't need to respond to anybody or anybody else's post. You just need to post your own initial one, and then you'll be good to go. And then for the Unit 5 critical thinking questions, same thing as always, you'll choose 3 out of the 5 to respond to. So the way I like to do it is go ahead and copy the 5 questions. And then once you're ready, click start assignment. And then it'll bring down like a little text entry box down here. And if you want to go full screen so you have a little bit more room to type, you can click this button in the lower right corner. And then you can paste in those questions, and you don't have to leave them there. They're just more of like, especially if you go into full screen, you lose access to the questions. So you'll choose 3 of those ones that you want to respond to. So let's see, number 2. How would you organize your time differently if you were taking a traditional course instead of an online course? So what does that look like if you're going to school in person versus going to school online? Maybe you need to schedule time directly for like creating your to-do list when you're in person. So for number 2, taking a course online requires me to be more responsible with my time. And I'm going to say, so I take time out of each day to create a to-do list to make sure I don't miss any assignments. And you don't have to respond to number 2. You can respond to any 3 that you want to, whichever ones are kind of like catching your eye. Make sure to use correct pronunciation, complete sentences, and stuff like that. If you want to respond to more than 3, that's totally fine, but you just need to respond to 3 to get the full credit. Make sure that in your responses, you don't have to type the full question, but make sure you include the question that you're responding to. So like how I put like 2 next to my response to say that I'm responding to question number 2. You can do that, or you can include the full question if you would prefer that. So once you're ready, if you're in full screen, you have to click either like the escape key on your keyboard or this button to get out of full screen. And then you'll scroll down, click the checkbox, and then click submit assignment. And then you should be good to go. Those are all the assignments for this week. So anything else from Unit 5, you would just be working ahead. Those are all assignments that we're going to cover next week.